everyone, and welcome to Q&A today. Our topic today is Death Cafe. So, Mom, what is a Death Cafe?
Good question, Lily. So, death cafes combine three of my favorite things: discussions surrounding death, tea, and cake.
Tea and cake? Count me in case you didn't know already, my mom works at a funeral home and is a bit weird.
Thanks, Lily. Anyways, a death cafe is a small gathering of people getting together to discuss death. It is group-led, so there's no agenda, there are no products offered, there's no conclusions or courses of action they ask you to take, and there's no swaying of opinions. The Death Cafe's main objective is to increase awareness with a view to helping people make the most of their finite lives. The idea is to give people a comfortable, safe, judgment-free space to discuss their thoughts, feelings, their experiences, their fears, their dreams, understandings, or misunderstandings about death and dying. Now, you don't have to have tea and cake, but providing some refreshments usually helps to create the relaxed atmosphere that makes people more comfortable.
I think I'd be interested in that, but where did the idea of a Death Cafe come from?
So the idea first originated in Sweden in 2004 by a man named Bernard Kretaz. So his concept is called Café Mortal. The Death Cafe, modeled after Kretaz's work, was actually established in 2011 in East London by John Underwood and his mother, Susan Barsky-Reed. So the story I got from Susan is that a friend was reading a newspaper article about Kretaz's work and instantly thought of John. So the friend actually cut out the article to give to John, and he was so inspired that he wanted to develop his own version. Unfortunately, John did pass away unexpectedly in June of 2017, so Susan and John's sister Jules Barsky are continuing his work as he requested.
Well, that's sad.
It is, but John was able to bring so many people together, and to have that work continue is a wonderful thing.
So you mentioned John's Death Cafe started in London. Is that where it still is?
Actually, no, and that's what makes this so great. So, Death Cafe is a social franchise, meaning there's no physical location and there's no staff. While the co-founder, Susan, and her daughter Jules own the name of the franchise itself, it is entirely run by volunteers. Anyone can host a Death Cafe wherever you'd like, as long as it's safe and comfortable. Some locations have included a host's home, rented venues, coffee shops, and even cemeteries. The first Death Cafe hosted in the United States was actually held at a Panera Bread in Westerville, Ohio, by Lizzie Miles in 2012.
When you say host a cafe, what do you mean?
So hosting a cafe means that anyone can register to use the name Death Cafe and organize an event, as long as you agree to their guidelines. This allows you to post your event on their website, use their name in posts, and even speak to media on behalf of the franchise. They do ask that you don't create any accounts or websites using the name Death Cafe. They also have the right to reject any cafes that they feel aren't abiding to their principles. There's a pretty amazing how-to guide on their website, deathcafe.com, that has all this information and more. I'm even thinking of hosting one myself. I think I know some people who would be interested in that.
I wouldn't mind helping you with that. I guess the last question is, why are people so interested in Death Cafes anyway?
Death is not always an easy topic. It reminds us that we are mortal, that eventually we will die and leave loved ones behind. Everyone knows this, but not everyone wants to acknowledge it. Take your Auntie Ashley, for instance. Grammy and Grandpa are getting old and have started planning their funeral, but she doesn't want to hear any of it, which is fine. If she's not comfortable hearing it, that's up to her. But some people want to discuss death and life. Some people want to be able to speak freely about how they don't know what to expect when they die or what others around them are dying, and talk about things they may do every day to appreciate how they are alive. The point of the Death Cafe is to give people an outlet where they can just speak without judgment.
Wow, I learned a lot today, and I think we should totally host one. Thanks for taking the time to talk to me today. Be sure to check out our Death Cafe. Check out deathcafe.com if you're interested in more information, and to check for cafes in your area. And that ends our segment of Q&A today. Thanks for listening.